Welcome back to Mind Trick Media. Today we're going to cover some Star Wars news, if you want to call it that. I don't really know. I guess it's news. It's kind of just bullshit because everything's bullshit with Star Wars recently. So we're just going to cover stuff we've heard. They're probably rumors, probably not true. We did get one confirmation, though. We talked about it last week.
Kinda.
Yeah, kind of. It's probably a cop-out just because slipped up or whatever. But supposedly Ewan McGregor's not going to be in Ahsoka Season 2.
Yeah, so we talked about it, and that was like kind of breaking news that he had said something to Hayden about.
Oh, breaking news. That's like breaking news of breaking news. That was crazy.
Yeah, but I mean just the time frame of when we talked about it. That was like a day or two before. Like
Right.
It was straight breaking news. That Ewan says a comment about being like, oh, well, we'll do it on set, or I'll see you on set of Ahsoka Season 2. And Disney, within maybe 48 hours of us talking about it, was like, fuck that, Ewan's not in it. He was talking about that because, if you don't know, Ewan McGregor's wife plays Hera, which is weird, but whatever. So basically, instantaneously, Lucasfilm, Disney, whoever the fuck it was, came out and went, no, hold on, you guys got it confused. He was talking about his wife, and he'll be on set because he's going to be there because obviously it's Ewan McGregor. Why the fuck wouldn't he be on set if his wife's on set of a Star Wars project?
Oh, yeah. That shit broke the internet so fast. It was ridiculous.
Was he on set for Ahsoka Season 1? I never saw a picture.
Yeah. Personally, I think it's a cop-out. I think he fucked up, and Disney's trying to cover their asses.
Honestly, like, the fact that Disney said something about it makes it more suspicious to
I
me.
mean, it's kind of like, you know, the Spider-Man movie when it came out and all of them were in it and they, like, deleted them out of the trailer. I'm pretty sure there was that one
was
scene,
it?
the Spider-Man movie. Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking
when they
about?
all three were in the one movie together, and I'm pretty sure there's the one scene in the trailer where they, like, cut them out of it.
Yeah, they do. They do a web swing scene, and Tom Holland's in the middle, but it's like a wide shot that doesn't need to be a wide shot, and there's just Tom going through the middle.
Yeah.
It's like, the fuck?
Yeah, like they cut him out of the trailer. I think they're trying to do some shit like that where it's like we all kind of feel like it's gonna happen, and like we did with the Spider-Man situation.
I don't think it'll be a big thing.
Yeah,
I think it'll just be like we might get like the back of Ewan McGregor in his like Clone Wars outfit.
yeah. I don't think it's gonna be very much.
It's gonna be like a Captain Rex scene,
Yeah,
which is all I need.
yeah. I don't care as long as I can see it. I don't care. But I think it's a cop out. I think it's gonna happen. I really do. That's my opinion. I think they were like, holy shit, we need to catch this. And also, I feel like they rebounded from it a little fast, where it was like they shut it down a little too quick, in my opinion. And I just feel like
Freudian slip.
I just feel like that was more suspicious than not. So I mean, I think it's gonna happen. I'm all for it. I was all for the flashback scenes. I thought that episode was awesome in Ahsoka Season 1 with Hayden. There was a reason why they put that episode in theaters, and it's like, if we get another episode that's going to be in theaters, it'd be that. Granted, we were nowhere near a movie theater. I think the closest one was Philadelphia,
No.
and that was like, yeah.
Yeah, we weren't going to that shit. But yeah, like you said, like, and like what we were talking about, like it was a weird comment anyways, because I just feel like it was weird for him to say it the way he said it.
Mm-hmm.
1. 2, for how quickly the uproar was. And then 3, how quickly Disney came out and was like, whoa, guys, you guys are getting ahead of yourself. Come on.
Yeah.
And especially, like, if Filoni comes out and says it, he's definitely lying. He lies about everything.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Keeping on the topic of Ahsoka, I saw that they casted somebody to play Agent Kallus. They casted Wyatt Russell, which Wyatt Russell was in the Jump Street movies. He was in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the Thunderbolts movie.
He's the new Captain America. He's a fake, whatever. He's supposed to be like a super soldier.
Yeah. But, oh, shit. Okay. I actually hit new note and it deleted everything. And I was like, oh my God. I don't have
That's
the notes.
actually what's weird though, is that's, if I'm not mistaken, that's Kurt Russell's son.
Okay. I don't know.
Do you know who Kurt Russell is?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me find out.
What do you mean find out?
I could probably find out. Yeah.
Click it.
Yeah, I know who it is.
Okay, I didn't know. If you
Yeah.
know. Who was also in Marvel, which is weird.
But yeah, it is. I think he'd play.
He looks like Agent
Yeah,
Callus.
he does.
So.
I mean,
if you don't know who Agent Callus is, he's a character in
Rebels.
So
I think he looks really good for the part. But how old would Agent Callus be at this point?
how old is he in Rebels? 20s, 30.
Uh,
How old's that guy? Like 30?
he's 39.
That guy?
Yeah.
Holy yeah! What the hell then? We're good. Ahsoka still looks 30. So what are we talking about?
He was late 30s or early 40s. It has a range. It doesn't have a.
How long ago has that been? Star Wars timeline? 10 years?
Probably more than that. I think it's more than that. He says he should be around.
Between the last season of Rebels and
It
Ahsoka?
says he would be around 49. So it depends on if he's in his late 30s or late 40s.
That's the thing, though, is like Hollywood
has to be in
actors
it.
from 35 to 50, they look the same. We're good.
Right. So I mean, yeah,
And
it says mid to late 40s was what he should be.
From what I've seen of Russell as well, and I think it's just because of the movies I've seen, he's a dick, which is perfect.
Right. I mean,
He
I-
at least
I
plays
think-
a good dickhead.
Right.
So.
I mean, I've seen him in the Jump Street movies, obviously, because I said those movies because I've seen him. But he plays a piece of shit frat boy
Yeah,
in those movies.
you looked at the movies, so we probably left out a lot
Yeah.
of movies he's been in that have been good movies. So,
I don't know. But I really wanted to say the Thunderbolts because it's like new.
yeah, he was in the Winter Soldier show,
Yeah.
Falcon, whatever. Let me read. Maybe he hasn't been. It's gonna be an Avengers Doomsday. Whenever the fuck that comes out. Honestly, he's been in a lot of stuff, a lot more stuff than what I kind of thought he'd been in, but knowing that he's like 40 now. He was in At the Devil's Door, which I heard was like, I don't know. Like, I
I think-
recognize that movie name.
I think
so.
based on the movies I've seen him in, I think he could play a really good Agent
He
Callus.
was in Cowboys and Aliens.
I don't know what that is.
I don't fucking know.
It's probably a low budget.
He was in
ass
Black
movie.
Mirror, which is a very famous TV show. He was in Goon.
I didn't know if we should say that or people would
You guys
even
haven't
know.
seen Goon. Don't.
That's the second one too.
Yeah, so interesting if that's true or not, though.
I don't know. Like I said, like we said at the beginning, news, rumors, whatever the fuck this is. Call it whatever you want to call it for this episode. I don't know. We don't know. We don't know what's going on. So before we pivot away from Ahsoka, do you have anything else to say about Ahsoka? I don't know if I sent it to you. I saw the artwork for season 2, like the poster, and Ahsoka was standing on the father's like hand, and there was a person there with her that I would assume is Sabine, but I couldn't really tell.
Do you have a picture?
I'm trying to.
Because
find
no,
it
I've
now.
not seen it.
I thought I sent it to you. Maybe I didn't. Oh, shit. Oh, also, I've been seeing Sam Witwer's in Ahsoka Season 2.
Dude, so many people are saying that Starkiller's in it, and I think it's bullshit.
They keep saying Starkiller as, like, the son kind of role. That's what I keep seeing.
You can't start there, though. You can't just make him that.
Well, the thing about it is, if they make it that, then they would have to turn around and go back and, like, make more Star Wars content surrounding it. So I think
feel
it's
like that's a stretch.
I mean, maybe, but like it's possible, and I think that it could work instead of just making. Well, they're also doing it in a specific order to where they've already established the shows that they're currently making, so they would have to pivot backwards anyway. Star Wars loves going backwards in time versus.
Yeah, but my biggest thing is, what the fuck is Balin? Why does he matter then? Is he supposed to be the Sith Lord?
I don't think Balin does matter. I think Balin is just there because fucking
Do you
If
think
it's
he'll
true,
get consumed by the mother? And
that's
she, like,
what I'm
made-
assuming is happening.
Yeah,
She's using
But what was
him.
the point of him to begin with? Because he was a nobody.
Well, that's
Which was that we're going to spend 2 episodes explaining who he is to kill him instantly?
I think that's the point because she needs probably a Force sensitive person.
And then what's Shin Batty? Just nobody's nobody?
Well, she's his apprentice.
Yeah, so nobody's nobody. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's a nobody.
I mean, that's fine.
Like, it's not that I don't like Balin's character.
I
Well,
think-
one, we're getting a recast, which obviously you can't help, but sucks.
I think it's because you take somebody that's Force sensitive that she can manipulate a lot easier than say like Ahsoka. Ahsoka'd be like, this isn't right. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if the mother is going to be a part of this, she needs to consume somebody to come let her out of where she is.
I mean, Ahsoka already is the daughter. Like, literally. She consumed her. That was like Lando.
yeah, I don't. But like
That's
this
not-
is a full picture.
That's not Sabine.
I don't know. Sabine has the short hair that she has. I don't know.
Does Sabine have a cape like that?
I don't remember. That kind of looks like she's holding a helmet, so maybe. I don't know, but I would assume it is, unless we're
She looks
getting.
mad like Lando.
I think it's just because of the cape. Unless
Is this
we're.
a real poster?
Never mind. No, it's not.
It's a very well done poster. It looks real.
Then that has to be Sabine, because nobody would make something that's like not. I thought it was posted by Star Wars.
Either way.
Well, whatever. But I think
Excuse me.
I don't think Balin's a big character. I think it made it seem that way in the first season.
Yeah, but we've done that a couple times now. We did it with Finn. We did it with
yeah, but
him.
I think this is different though.
We did it
because
with Reva.
I think this is different though. He already has his own like agenda with being so mad at the Jedi Order.
But we haven't done
With
any.
being
We haven't gone anywhere. Like he
Well,
just
that's where-
mentions it, but we didn't mention. Like I feel like with someone
Right,
of that
but-
status, we'd know more.
I think where you're missing it is that he also talks about in the show where he feels this bigger power, and I just think he's so consumed by the mother that we're not gonna get that.
Yeah, but we could have used anybody to do that.
Yeah, but
Why'd we make this character?
I
do
think
it?
it's because you needed somebody that's not as powerful.
But that's what I'm saying. They're
comparatively
going
speaking.
to explain his backstory in the next season, but depending on how long the season is, we're going to waste an entire episode just talking about him. And there's going to be entire episodes
I
that
think-
are in the world between worlds.
I think what you're thinking and how it's like not written in the best way, where it's like this isn't the season 2 is probably going to end the same way as season 1. It's gonna finish
I'm
to
going to
where.
find Dave Filoni.
But the
Me and
problem.
him are going to have some words.
The difference is, and this is why nothing in Star Wars, especially now, is critically acclaimed, is because they'll never fucking finish it because they always just have more story coming, and that's the problem. So when you're
even with Andor was supposed to be 2 seasons, and people are already bitching like, "Where's season 3?" Just let it be good and end.
yeah, but I think it's gonna probably end the same kind of way where it's gonna just set up the next project, which is Heir to the Empire.
They need to end this round of shit.
I mean, they will with Heir to the Empire.
no, but you can't just keep rolling shit like that.
that's how they're doing it. That's how it's gonna go.
Yeah, well, they're wondering why people don't want to be a part of it and watch it. As much as we like it, we're fucking nerds.
But that's just how it's gonna go.
Don't laugh at that.
I just think that's how it's gonna go. I've accepted it. If it's good,
I know you have.
if it's good content, then I don't care. If it's good Star Wars content, that's all I care about. That's just how it's gonna be.
I don't know how we do another We Go Nowhere. We went
It's
into
not-
this door asking
I mean,
4 questions.
that's
we
just-
walked out asking 25.
That's just where you and me disagree because I know that we're gonna get it. We're gonna get
No,
Heir
but
to
do
the
you?
Empire.
So like, how many episodes?
I
was the first
understand
season?
what you're
How
saying.
many episodes was the first season?
6 or 8.
Okay,
I think it was 8.
we're gonna have to waste an entire episode explaining Balin and Shin Batty. I forget
I
her
don't
name.
think
Her name's Shin Batty. I think it's Shin Hati, but I can't remember. We have to explain an entire episode their arc.
I don't think so. I think
How? We don't know who he is. You can't just have a nobody be a nobody.
well, if Abeloth is just there episode 1 and just he's done.
Dude, we're not getting that quick. I think the first whole episode is going to be Thrawn and what he's doing. I don't think we'll see Ahsoka in the first episode. That or we'll immediately start with her. We're starting in one of the universes, and the other one's not getting talked about.
Yeah.
And since we ended with Ahsoka, I think we'll start with Ezra and Thrawn. Which is a weird... They went and he came back. What the fuck? But I don't understand bringing in Balin and Shin and that other Inquisitor guy that people said was supposed to be Starkiller. No, it wasn't. We bring these people in.
Well, that wasn't even a person. That was
I
Night
know.
Sister magic.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we bring these characters in, though, and we get to a point where we know that Balin was a Jedi apprentice or knight. I don't know if they ever explicitly say. And he's upset with what happened with the Jedi, and then was upset, obviously, with Order 66 and fled. And then decided to do this own path thing. And then now he's with...
He's only with them to be able to get to the other galaxy. That was all he was there for.
But that's what I'm saying.
What
What is the connection? You can't just say the connection. Because there would have been way more other people that they would have called out to.
Personally, I think if the mother is involved in controlling Balin, I think that's it. And
that's a terrible storyline.
I don't think so.
How? You basically just said she just took a body.
Not took a body. So in the novelization where she's trying to escape from where she's at,
that you can't use that as a reference.
I am going to use that as a reference because that's all we have. And if that's how it's going to be, and she's manipulated him from a different galaxy to come let her out of where she is, then yes, that's how his storyline's going to go.
But that storyline's already invalid because Luke's the one that goes to fight her with a different...
Oh, that's going to be different. I already know that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then you can't use that as a reference.
They've been doing this forever where they take pieces here and there and then change other shit.
They just took the Mortis gods. But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can't just make him... Even if he is a nobody, you have to give him his backstory of why he's pissed.
I mean, what do you mean why he's pissed? He thought the Jedi were fucking...
Yeah, but you have to have... you have to say more than that. Because then, why is he the special person that she's talking to? There has to be a reason.
I don't think he is special. I think he's
she's calling to him. That's the only person she's ever called to? She chose Balin?
She chose Balin because he's probably weaker than everybody else that's alive to come help her.
There's so many Force-sensitive. She could have chose a Force-sensitive person who wasn't in the Jedi Academy.
Yeah, but still, why would you choose like somebody important? Somebody important would be not stupid enough to go do it.
I mean, Ezra's stupid.
Well, Ezra was there.
That's
if she's there, didn't do it, so...
I feel like
that's
we're going out of our way to specifically choose this person.
You're saying that's what you're saying. I'm saying that's what I'm saying because she knew that Ezra wouldn't do it because Ezra's more powerful than he is.
Ezra doesn't even know who she is.
Nobody knows who she is.
But you're telling me just that level of dark side energy. He didn't go, he even says, there's weird shit here. Like, stuff feels wrong. Like,
I mean, yeah, but what is he going to do? He had nothing to do.
He never explored it. He was there for fucking ever.
What was he going to do by himself against Abeloth?
What is Balin doing by himself?
He's going to let her out, and then he's going to die.
But he doesn't even know where he's going.
That's what
he
clearly does. We got to see it.
Special of a character he has to be for her to individually reach out to him.
I don't think so. I don't think that.
That's a terrible plotline.
I don't think so.
How?
Why do we need somebody that's special?
There at least has to be the backstory of, who he is to know why she would call it to him. Right now, he's just a guy.
He's a Force-sensitive being. That's not just a guy.
Do you know how many thousands of those there are?
Thousands of them there are?
Every time they make a new Star Wars project, there's another Force-sensitive person who was a part of Order 66. There's hundreds of thousands of them.
Okay, and you have to pick somebody that's stupid enough to go do it.
Which would be anybody who doesn't have any training.
Well, also, if you want to take into consideration with training, and then he also falls to the dark side and uses the dark side, that's also something else, because not everybody else just drops to the dark side.
Why didn't she call to Kylo? He's a moron.
This is after the fact. Kylo's a kid at this point.
Even better, more manipulative.
Kylo wouldn't have been able to get there. Kylo was fine at this point in the timeline.
Balin didn't know how to get there.
Balin couldn't get there. He knew how to get there.
That's what I'm saying. There has to be something about him. And if not, then they just went, We just made this guy up.
You have a Force-sensitive being that's pissed off at what happened in his past, and
That's
he
every other character, though. Why did you call it Cal?
Why would Cal do that? What I'm saying is Balin chooses to use the dark side at this point, so he's fallen to the dark side, so he's gonna do stupid shit. Cal's not gonna fucking do that.
I'm just saying it's very weird that they individually are picking this person who is a brand new character.
I do think
to break legends, making this character, giving him like he has stuff that he got through, and then them bringing him back into the next season because you didn't finish his storyline, and you're just gonna be like, yep, that's it. He has stuff in his past. That's just who the character is. Every other character that was Lucasfilm Star Wars creation, they've went back and done shit with.
It depends on how fast they want to move it. And I think we've gotten like ideas of his past, and we can visualize what happened without seeing it.
Though, because we're just basing it off of what happened to other people.
Yeah, it was a fucking massacre.
But not everyone went to the dark side.
Yeah, he's like the only one, which is why I think it makes sense.
But that's what makes him so unique that we need to know why.
Well, you just said there's a unique plot point.
Obviously, there's a unique plot point. He's the guy she's calling. That's what I'm saying. You have to explain why he's unique.
I feel like it's because he's the only one that's gone to the dark side.
They don't explain that, though.
I feel like that's just logical.
We're talking about Star Wars. We're all idiots.
I think that it's logical.
They have to hand people the bread and the butter to make them use it. You can't just leave it on the table.
I don't know. I disagree. I think it's a lot more simple than you're making it.
Is Shin Batty just nobody then? Because
Yes,
she's not...
That's clear as day.
That is such a bad story writing then.
She's probably not going to be even involved that much.
Then what was the point of having her? That's my thing.
It was his apprentice. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. They have to explain that. If they don't, that's bad writing.
I don't necessarily think that they need that much screen time to explain that much shit. Balin, maybe. Shin, I don't think so.
Well, that's the thing, is if you give the screen time to Balin, you're gonna just give it to her of why she's with him.
He fucking dumped her ass at the end of season 1.
Yeah, because it was only there to have this rule of 2 type thing that everyone just gravitates towards. And then as soon as he got to his important thing that he's been calling to, he was like, fuck her, I'm doing my shit now. You can't make a character like that and have the importance they're leading on that he has, and they're just going to be like, in the first couple episodes, he's just going to go unlock a door and just be nobody. Like, that feels super weird to me. Because of the thousands of people that they could have just done, like, I don't know. I just think that's super weird for him to be, like, at the moment, like a complete nobody that was, like, just pulled from the Jedi because of Order 66, and him be so called that he jumps a universe, and then be like, yeah, he just had, like, problems. Like, that's crazy to me.
I think that you're just dumbing it down way too much compared to what they've already said.
He has no backstory right now. Other than, I was a Jedi and Order 66 happened.
He briefly mentions about how he just despises the Jedi Order and despises what they stood for, because they obviously didn't stand for what they should have. And then also he's probably under the impression with how the Empire basically became the Republic that the whole time it was just fucking retarded how they were handling everything.
But, like, that's what I mean, though, is that, like, you have this character who's making these, like, epiphanies, and you're just like, we're just supposed to just let that go.
I just think we know what happened.
On assumption, because we know what happened to other people.
Yeah, but
we don't know who his master was. We don't know where he was during Order 66. We don't know why he defected. Why did he feel that way about the Jedi? He was clearly young enough that he was dumb like the rest of them. It wasn't like he was like Qui-Gon level seeing shit that was happening or Dooku level seeing shit that was happening. He would have been like 8. Like, how old is Balin? He can't be much younger or older than, like, Obi-Wan.
He looks old.
Well, yeah, but he was obviously. We've only jumped like what 20 years, 30 years. This is also way after Obi-Wan's been dead. So he was way younger than Obi-Wan. That's actually that timeline doesn't even add up. What'd you look up?
It says it doesn't have like a specific timeline, but it says he would be likely in his 50s or 60s. So he was definitely fucking
So how old would that make him during Order 66?
late 20s or early 30s. It says during the Clone Wars, which is...
So he would have been like a Jedi Knight.
It says he was a knight and general. He fought alongside Anakin.
They don't explain that other than I think they mention that he knows who Anakin is, don't they? When he's facing off against Ahsoka. By the way,
He does.
fucks Ahsoka up.
Right.
He has to be somebody.
Well, he does know Anakin clear as day, and he knows that he's Darth Vader too.
So I'm saying he has to be more important, and you can't just gloss over that, in my opinion.
It says some theories on Reddit suggest Baylan could have been an apprentice to one of the Lost 20 Jedi who left the Order, which would place him in his mid-20s, early 30s, around the time of Order 66.
So he'd been one of those statues like what Dooku was in the second movie. Where they've like lost these Jedi. Which makes perfect... See, that makes sense. But we need that background to know that his master left the Jedi Order and he felt similar feelings. And then he slowly worked into Order 66 happening, and that's why he might have defected before then. We don't know. That's what I'm saying. We don't have enough on him for him to be like getting reached across the galaxy. And or we need a scene where the mother explains why.
I think what's going to happen is they're not going to do it in the show and then write a book afterwards. That's probably what's going to happen. Probably
like why he's
no,
like
no, not why, but like it'll either be like a novelization of Ahsoka or a novelization that takes place in the Clone Wars or something with him, because he's not even in a novelization at all.
That's what I'm saying. They created a character. He has to have higher means than just being like... And when you say control, do you mean that she consumes him or he becomes this weird like...
She can manipulate... You know how in the one comic that...
I feel like she would just eat him.
No.
Like, I don't feel like there's any purpose of him being like... He already is trying to kill them if they try to come
I think
after
it's because she can't get out of wherever she is. But she needs somebody that can be easily manipulated. And I think he's the only character that we have that can be easily manipulated. Just because of his dark side tendencies that he has. I get what you're saying. I don't think Shin really matters, to be honest. I don't think she does. Personally.
I low-key think she'll turn and be with Ahsoka and Sabine.
If she plays a bigger role in this season, yes.
I think she's going to be pissed that Bailey dumped her ass.
I personally, if she doesn't do anything this season, I don't think that that's necessarily bad writing. I think she got dumped in season 1, and then she's just going to...
Yeah, but then there was just no point of having her.
I think it's only because of, like you said, him wanted to have higher power and the rule of 2 and all this other stupid shit. I think that's it.
We're coming up with that because we consume a lot of media.
A
normal person's going to be like, where the fuck did Shin go?
I don't think she's that important for it to matter. That's my opinion. Baylan, I do think, needs some shit figured out.
That's what I'm saying.
But at the same time, I do think that there is reasonings for why already.
Yeah, but you also got to remember, your brain is not a typical Star Wars person brain.
But I do think
we can make 15 connections in our head of this Jedi did this during this and that Jedi did that, and maybe he felt this similar way, and those feelings. Most people don't even know that shit.
I do believe that there's not a singular other person that they could have chose that's already in our timeline. I don't think that there's...
Starkiller! They already are talking about it being in it!
But then you would have to create Starkiller, and then that's
They already are talking about doing it. You could have just had him.
Do you think that he could be Starkiller?
Who?
Baylan.
No.
I don't know how old Starkiller is supposed to be.
Starkiller and I didn't use Sam, I'd be pissed for Sam Witwer.
Well,
There's
that's
no
true.
way.
Well, we also talked about how Sam Witwer is possible to be in this, anyways. I don't know. I do think there's nobody in our current timeline that would just do this. I do think that, and
But that's what I'm saying.
I do think they've made that pretty clear.
But then that's what I'm saying. Why didn't you just have Starkiller do it? Why didn't you just have one of Palpatine's clones do it? Why didn't you? There's not people.
I don't think I don't think there isn't anybody. There isn't
Especially
anybody.
with the way Ezra is, you definitely could have manipulated Ezra into going.
I don't think so. I don't think that. I think we
He
should.
gets manipulated the entire time he's in Rebels by everybody. He gets manipulated by Darth Vader. He gets manipulated by Darth Maul. He gets thrown into the world between worlds.
Manipulated with Darth Maul, I think's different because I think they needed Darth Maul then. So I don't think necessarily he was manipulated. Also we're at a point in time where Ezra is a lot more powerful than what he was when he met Darth Maul, and I don't think he was necessarily manipulated. I think he needed to use Darth Maul to be like they were gonna get fucked up until Ahsoka showed up. I guess Ahsoka was there, but she got like separated from them for a minute during that. Clearly, none of them could handle the Inquisitors besides Ahsoka. Ahsoka was the reason why they fucking...
And Balin fucked Ahsoka up. That's what I'm saying. He's not a nobody. They created him for a reason. And the reason can't just be like, he just was a Jedi and didn't fuck with them. And then...
He didn't fuck with them.
And then randomly this massive character who is like universe changing just called across the galaxy specifically to him. And was like,
I just feel like with what's been talked about with the Ahsoka series from Dave Filoni, that they're not really focusing on Balin. They're more focused on like the heroes in this stuff in this season.
That's what I'm saying. You could have just had them trick. She could have just tricked a good guy. Sabine's dumb, obviously. You could have just tricked her.
I don't know. I just don't think any of the good guys would fall for something that stupid.
That's the thing, is that I think you're like how strong the mother is.
I'm not
based off of the Mortis gods in the Clone Wars.
But also, it's just
Sabine definitely. She doesn't listen to fucking anything.
Yeah, but I just don't think she would do something
But
bad.
that's what I'm saying though, is that Balin would. That's how big of a character he's currently a bigger character than half the characters that are from Rebels.
I think with how they went about the story in the season, maybe, but like I don't think the significance of the character means anything.
I mean, it has to a little. He's the second biggest character in the show.
I don't know.
He probably had more screen time than most characters in the show too.
That's because I think they highlighted on the bad guys a lot in this show.
Well, that's what I mean, because we have to get to this place where we get to the bad guy. That's what I'm saying. Is Luke not jumping to this universe? Or we just, and that's my thing. Is like, if Luke doesn't show up in the universe to fight Abeloth, then all of the legend shit means nothing.
I think they've already gotten to that point where it doesn't mean anything.
To be fair, I don't even think in the legends that they jump universes. I think that's already something that's changed.
No, she is in another universe.
Is she?
I'm 99%.
But then they have this Sith Master who I think they name, and it's obviously not Balin, and then Luke. I don't know. It just, we haven't got to half the shit we were going to talk about, but I don't.
So okay,
get it.
This makes. It says that she escapes due to the disruption in the Force, during the second Galactic Civil War, which I mean they did state that there will be a war that Thrawn is starting during this time period. So, I mean it makes sense that there's going to be a war. It says that Jacen Solo unintentionally weakened the Force's balance, allowing her to begin her escape.
Already it's fucked.
She then used her telepathic powers to manipulate young Jedi, and it just says young. doesn't even, whatever, that sentence was not right, but whatever. Manipulate a young Jedi, and then she eventually reveals herself to Luke Skywalker. So she does manipulate somebody to come get her, but it just says young Jedi. It doesn't say.
Which is already wrong.
Right.
That's what I'm saying, though. Is that
The Galactic Civil War is going to be close to correct. Obviously, Jason Solo didn't do anything.
Well, in our timeline.
Yeah.
Jason Solo did some shit in Legends.
Yeah. Who would have...
It had to have been someone in Luke's academy.
How old
Which is why Luke got involved.
Kylo in Ahsoka series? It says he's... says he's 4. Okay, well, it's not Kylo.
Obviously. It's Baylan. But who's Baylan? It'd be different, too. Like, the only thing they have to do, in my opinion, is relate Baylan back to something that happened in the Clone Wars as a general that explains why he defected along with Order 66. And then you just have to explain, in Abeloth's perspective, why she did what she did to reach out to him. That's the only thing you have to do. That's the only thing I'm saying. But if they don't do that, then it could have been anybody, and that's my point. All the circumstances that lead to Baylan makes it seem like that there was a reason she reached out to Baylan.
Do you think that So it said that she used the Force because it was, disturbed with it being out of balance. Do you think that it is technically out of balance? Because at this point, Palpatine is gone. Kylo's not Kylo yet. We kind of don't really have a dark side Force user.
Baylan.
Well, right, but
Kind of, because Legend and Canon is different.
yeah, but do you think that this would be the Force is out of balance, which is how she's able to do this right now? Like, that kind of makes sense with how they just described how it happened in Legends. I mean, there's the Civil War that's about to happen.
Take it with a grain of salt because they don't give a fuck about all of it.
Well, I think
Jason plays a part, and Jason's not a non-existent character.
After reading that, I think that what's going to happen is Abeloth, if she is in this season, is not going to be in this season until the very end. I think they're going to do everything else and set up the Civil War, and then maybe we might get Abeloth at the very end of the show instead of the beginning of the show.
An entire episode explaining Baylan's goal.
I feel like I've even seen this online, that everybody assumed that we would jump the gun early with this stuff to get to the Civil War, but I think the Civil War is going to jump the gun first and then get to Abeloth later.
Yeah, we're not going to get to Abeloth first.
Well, I didn't mean first, but sooner than
I
later.
We'll either start with
just based on what
Ahsoka and Sabine not knowing what the fuck to do, or I personally think we're going to start with Ezra, Hera, and Thrawn. I think that's where we're starting.
I think we're going to start with Ezra and Hera.
I think episode 2 is going to be a Baylan, because Baylan has to travel. I think the entire time he's going to be thinking about.
Well, now reading that makes a lot more sense for the idea of where this is going to go, because they do pick out pieces here and there of Legends,
which is fucking bullshit.
It is bullshit, but they do pick out especially ideas. There is a lot of connections to stuff, even in the sequels, that are from Legends, but obviously they just bullshit all of it. But
they were on that show watched.
Yeah, but we basically do get pieces picked here and there, and I mean, it kind of is setting up to look like there is pieces picked here and there. It may not be a young Jedi, but it is a former Jedi. He was young. He was a young Jedi when he was a Jedi. Yeah, but
then they could just be like, she's been calling to him since the Clone Wars.
I mean, that would make sense because he couldn't have got there until
That's what I'm saying. We're making connections in our head that they have not explained.
I know, but
they haven't even explained that he was a general, unless he mentioned it offhandedly. And even at that, you could just explain it. I feel like that's why people have a lot of issues with Star Wars, is they can't just explain shit.
I also do, yeah. I do think we could assume that he was a general because he did. The way he talked about Anakin means that he would be closer to Anakin than.
You just have to connect him to one thing.
Well, we found it right there. Anakin in general of the Clone Wars.
That's what I'm saying. If he was a general, that means he had a clone battalion, which means they would have went after him in Order 66. Why did he make it out when all of these other people didn't? Most of the people that made it out were Padawans.
I'm kind of mad there's not a book because I wish we were talking about
But
this,
think,
and then we could be like, hey, in 2 weeks we're gonna cover it.
How many Jedi Knights, like full-blown Knights that were generals, and how many Masters made it out alive? Comparative to Padawans, because most of the people that got out are Padawans, or Jedi Knights that were that don't matter.
Or just top tier people.
2.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
And we got that right. We know why they got out.
Do you just want to? I'm assuming we don't really have much more to add to this, but do you want to just like rush through the rest of it?
I would say rush. What are the other things that?
I mean, it's not really much to talk about. Jenna Ortega is supposedly going to be in the Star Wars universe now.
Next.
I don't know where, why, what.
We have nothing.
Well, right, but
No, just
which is
next.
leading into my next one, which
She's
is
Abeloth.
she does play a yeah.
Wait. She's 4'11". I don't know.
She's Abeloth's a fucking god monster. Who gives a shit how tall fucking she is?
Damn it! Why did I have to think of that next? I can't. My brain
Anyways,
hurts.
so also why I brought that up first. Starfighter has been announced or confirmed that is completely opening up a new like
trilogy. Yes.
not trilogy,
World.
new world. Not world, but like new like chapter in Star Wars. It's like, okay, you have the originals, the prequels, the sequels. This is like its own thing, completely separate, like way later in the timeline. Like we have not seen this timeline at all, and it's after the Rise of Skywalker.
I can't wait for them to fuck something up.
But yeah, that was confirmed that it's completely a new thing that we don't know. That's just what it's been confirmed to be. Last like thing before I had a question at the end of this. Natalie Portman wants to return to Star Wars as Padme, but with a lightsaber as a Jedi.
Next.
You know,
I'm not even gonna. No.
No
I'm
comment?
not even gonna give it the light of day. No.
No comment?
You were a character. You played that character. You're done. We're not gonna. No. There's no point. Is she ever Force sensitive? Could they do a flashback? Maybe a flashback where she's like, "How does this work?" And she clicks Anakin's. But like, where would they put that?
They did it in the Clone Wars.
What?
She ignites his lightsaber in the Clone Wars.
Cool. We already got it. We're good.
Yeah, but she didn't do it.
We're good.
Wow. I thought you would want to talk about that one.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
She's like 52. Not 52. 52. Where would we put her? We're already dealing with Anakin and them being old as shit.
Yeah. I don't know. No clue. She's been rumored to also be in Ahsoka season 2 as Abeloth.
I think that's dumb. It's pulling a Robert Downey Jr. Dr. Doom. Stupid.
I don't know. I kind of like it.
I fucking hate it.
Well,
How would that ever make sense?
I think she can just take the appearance of anybody she wants. And
But
basically,
what good would that do? No one knows who she is.
Ahsoka, Anakin, if he's that involved.
Yeah, but Anakin's
Luke-
not the same thing.
Luke has seen footage of the birth of him and Leia. He knows what she looks like.
Legends.
They could make that canon easily.
If they make that canon, why isn't everything canon then?
Well-
The only person that knows who she is Ahsoka. And
I don't know. I think that.
I think it's going to be Jenna Ortega now.
I wouldn't be surprised with that either. To be honest.
Abeloth becomes just like shortcuts. Like,
And then I saw this question on the Escape Pod podcast. The question that was asked was, do you think Star Wars can ever recover from the sequels?
no.
I honestly, I saw the clip. I didn't finish the clip actually, but because I kind of just heard the question and I was like, I want to talk about it. I did get a brief. So they have the cards that they have that's like agreed, disagree. That was what the segment was. At least I'm pretty sure. I may be wrong.
I'm gonna have to get
It looked
disagree.
just fucking on the forum. But I'm pretty sure that was the segment they were doing, and I don't know their names. The
Hat guy, Spider-Man guy.
Spider-Man guy. He started talking about how I mean, yes and no, because it's always going to be in the Star Wars timeline. which is why you can't recover from it because it's just a part of the story. And then, yes, because they can obviously make better projects surrounding all of it. And then, obviously, they've made projects where it's like, all right, they made Kenobi, and I mean, sure, it got backlash, whatever. But like, you had shit that was in between the timelines of like the good shit, and it's like, all right, they can still make good content. So it's like yes and no. But what are your thoughts?
Absolutely not. There's going to be just a pile of heaping shit on Star Wars for the rest of the time. I don't think you can do anything unless Lucasfilm specifically comes out and goes, fuck all of that, and they make a 789 that makes sense. But your 789 cannot be about Luke, Han, Leia, Darth Vader. Well, you could mention all these characters. Obviously, none of them can play themselves.
Do you think that
unless you recast?
I guess a sub question to this: do you think that the new trilogy with Rey can make anything make sense in the sequel trilogy?
No, because they fucked up so much shit that there's no going back and fixing it. Like, I personally think, number one, they'll never retcon anything, even though they have the ability to do so.
I don't think they will.
Unless they sell.
Well, I mean, I think if they sell, they'll retcon that shit way faster.
I don't think they will.
I think whoever they sell it to would retcon it.
I think Disney will probably try to put in the contract when they sell it that you can't retcon it.
Or a contract would be like made to where it's like, all right, you have the rights to the original Star Wars stuff that we didn't make, but not any of the shit that we made. And then somebody could basically just make their own Star Wars with the original content.
But that's the thing is, they have since intertwined so much shit to make it to where you can't retcon it.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, because if you retcon some of it, you're gonna just retcon all of it.
Yeah. So
unless you make a 789 that separates it, because currently Ahsoka doesn't overlap.
It's not gonna overlap.
Obi-Wan doesn't overlap, or Kenobi, whatever. Andor doesn't overlap.
I mean, if you count Rogue One kind of overlaps with Rebels, because the Ghost Crew technically.
No. I meant overlaps with Disney Star Wars.
I gotcha.
Honestly, now that I think about it, not a lot does.
No. That's why I'm like, if somebody did buy it, I think that Disney would probably try to sell it.
The only thing I was thinking was Boba. But it doesn't really overlap, but like the Boba was dumb to begin with.
Nobody cares. That one would just get scrapped in the process.
Basically, Lucasfilm would have to sell now. But then whoever buys it agrees to continue the projects they're doing. And then just go, 789 is Heir to the Empire, The Mandalorian, and Grogu, and rename that dog shit name for a movie. And the ninth movie be like the final movie, and then them include the Skywalker saga back is just Ahsoka's final story. But no, they will be a heaping pile of stain on Star Wars.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that they can obviously make good projects from here on out, but as a whole...
And you know what part of the reason is? Is there's people who...
like it.
It? But not even just that. And I don't want to say this against a casual Star Wars fan, because you need to make things that are for everybody. Now, you can have things that are for super casual fans, and you can have stuff that are for super lore-heavy fans. But when it comes to main storyline movies, you have to include everybody. But there's people who don't like the prequels. And I think there are issues with the prequels. But from a story perspective, I don't think there's anything that, like, ruins the original trilogy, other than when we talked about the main character, the Chosen One thing. People don't like how the Chosen One's Anakin over Luke. But it's more of the mentality of the Chosen One over the actual prophecy. We talked about that a couple episodes ago. That's the only thing that I think hurts it, other than some people talk about how they don't like how Yoda is how he is. But whatever, don't give a fuck.
You mean Yoda in the originals versus how he was in the prequels?
Yes.
How he just like all of a sudden just. I think it makes sense. I mean, he's been by himself on Dagobah for fucking 20 years. I mean, motherfucker probably is going crazy to some extent.
Yeah, but whatever. I kind of don't think there's anything that like retcons or changes much other than
I don't even think
we have this weird technology boom, and then the Empire does this thing where they're doing this shit, and then we got back. But that's just because of when they were made.
Well, I also think they do like with the prequels of Anakin's robotic hand, they actually did go backwards in technology. They like tried. Obviously, visually it looks way better, but like at the same time, they did kind of try to go backwards a little bit. Whereas like okay, Luke got like a real looking hand and Anakin didn't.
Yeah, and then in the sequels they just take that away because then he just has the robotic hand again. Don't know if you know that or not.
Yeah, it shows his hands when he grabs the lightsaber. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
He just takes that off.
I don't know.
Anyway,
But,
no, there's just
I don't think the question is necessarily fair because the answer is just no. But
no. The answer can be yes, but it would be a shit show.
I don't think the answer could be yes. I think there'd be. I don't think it's.
What was the original question again?
if Star Wars can recover from the sequels?
The only way is if they retcon it, and I don't see that in the
No,
near future.
I don't see it at all.
I could see them retconning it. You'd have to sell it to a company though.
I think the answer is no, but I do think that they can still make good Star Wars. Continue to make good Star Wars. I think they can do it. Which is a completely different answer to
The Rey movie comes out, they cannot. There's no fix. I think you can retcon it. And I think you could do it like an asshole too. And it would make it so much better. You could start a movie and it just be like someone, I don't know how you would do it. Like you could just start the movie and it be the guy who plays Luke in the Mandalorian show. Or whoever they cast with the face thing, he could just wake up from a nightmare.
The whole thing.
We could start with images from 789 and then wake up from a nightmare.
This is just a cop out though.
I mean, yeah, that's what a retcon is.
I mean, it would make sense
Cop-out.
because it would make sense because it could make sense because if it is a nightmare, that would make sense for why all 7, 8,
Or-
and 9. Well, it makes sense why 7, 8, and 9 are just a shit show of movies just by themselves. Like as a trilogy for just the 3 movies, if you take it out of the Star Wars universe, them 3 movies don't make fucking sense if you watch them.
Maybe we'll start and it's like Palpatine, and he's like thinking of the thoughts, and he just decides, just dies.
I don't know about that. I think it makes sense for it to be more of a nightmare, but
That's what I'm saying.
well, a nightmare would make.
Palpatine's having a force vision. He sees what happens to him in the end. He just goes, "Fuck that." Maybe Palpatine still does return.
Again. Palpatine just can't die.
This guy just doesn't die. I think
don't
it's the
think
only
it's-
way you retcon it. That's the only thing. I think it's the only way you could do it. Or
I don't think it's gonna happen.
could have Ahsoka. And her go to Luke about it.
I don't know.
It also depends on where Ahsoka goes. I think Ahsoka dies. I really think she does.
Yeah.
And even becoming a Mortis God, I mean, your physical body is dying.
I
So,
think a lot of people are gonna die.
I'm gonna die. You're gonna die. We're all gonna die.
It's not today. Okay, you got anything else?
Name that movie in the comments. I bet you no one gets it.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, this has been a episode. Don't know what to call it. News, bullshit. Just call it bullshit. I don't know. Yeah, that's Star Wars. So, see you guys next week.